All right, so all the training we've done to this point is bringing us up to the next 3 weeks, which are the last 3 weeks of the 12 week, which is really a 13 week Fit in 20 workout challenge, okay? What we've been doing so far is slowly building on basics, such as movement patterns, and we've been trying to work on a little bit of endurance, a little bit of stability, a little bit of balance, and then later we started introducing posture. We started looking at increasing the intensity, so maybe there's a little more muscle tone. And then I talked the last few weeks about something called proprioception, which is learning about where your body is in space and time. And hopefully now you have an idea of what kind of exercises and what kind of exercising you like. Okay, and that means that some of you may have come to this part, and by the way, good for you, because this is the 10th week of the, well, let's call it the 13-week Fit in 20 Workout Challenge. And if you've made it here this far, we are 3/4 of the way through when you're done this week, okay? And that is super cool, good for you. But hopefully, as I was saying, you've learned something about what you like and what you don't like. And you may have got to this point and say, I'm getting the feeling I really don't like this kind of working out. It may just be that, you know, resistance training is not one of your favorite things. That's okay. Do some swimming, walk, whatever you like. Me, I'm not a cardio guy. Don't like cardio. So, and I should do more cardio. I've got a great machine right here. I really should do more. It's a summertime. I should be out running. I just don't like it. I like to push around heavy weights. It's just how I'm built. You gotta ask yourself, how are you built and what do you like to do, right? Hopefully you're getting an idea of that. You know, and there may have been aspects of the training that you like. Maybe you like the postural training, but you don't like higher intensities, right? Maybe you don't like doing exercises full range of motion. Maybe only half or a quarter range of motion. Maybe you like these isolation type exercises. That's great. But I'm going to introduce you to something new here for the next 3 weeks. It's called metronome training. So this is energy system training. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you to your maximum heart rate within a couple of minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to train 2 movement patterns every workout. Okay, so 2 exercises only, not 5 done for 3 sets like we have been. This is 2 exercises, each done for 3 sets. Okay, and each set is 2 minutes long. If you know what a metronome is, if you're of my vintage, in school the teacher used to bring in this thing that had a pendulum, and she'd set it in motion. It would go tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, and she could increase or decrease the speed. Well, we don't have to buy metronomes anymore. They've got apps, and I'm going to recommend an app called Metronome Beats. It's already set up as soon as you download it to be for 4/4 time, which is what we want. Each movement pattern I'm going to teach you for the next 3 weeks has 4 movements to it, and you're going to move according to the metronome beat, okay? So I'll just give you a quick sample of that right now, and I'll explain the exercises today. Can you hear that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's squat, up, press, down. Squat to press, and I'm moving in time with the metronome. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can speed it up or slow it down. Imagine if I had this metronome going 100 beats a minute, okay? 3, 4, that's down, up, down, down, up, down. It's getting more intense, right? You can speed it up even more. Let's see what 120 beats a minute is like, okay? Boom, 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 boom. You can imagine that at the end of 2 minutes, if I'm holding onto a weight, I'm going to be super tired. Okay, so you want to find a rate, a number of beats per minute, that is going to get you to a place where at the end of the 2 minutes, you really can't keep time with the metronome anymore. You find that you just can't move in tandem with the metronome. Some of you are not going to like this kind of training. I'm going to invite you to do it anyways, but slow the metronome down. What I'm asking you to do, if you can, and I'm going to give you different exercise options. I'll give you the most difficult to the easiest, okay? What I'm going to ask you to do, if you can, is set the metronome so that you are at your maximum heart rate at the end of the 2 minutes. You want to know what that is? Take your age and subtract it from the number 220. That's how fast your heart should be beating at its maximum level. Don't exceed that level in this workout, okay? Another way to know, of course, is if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or a Withings or something like that, it will tell you what your heart rate is, right? Keep an eye on it. And if you don't have any such devices, then a bit of a cruder way to do it, but it still works pretty well, is when you hit an intensity that feels like you're working at about 7 or 8 out of 10 for a level of difficulty where 1 is like, I'm not doing anything, and 10 is like, I couldn't work any harder. When you hit that 7 and then approaching 8 out of 10, you're there, okay? So when you hit that, if you hit your maximum heart rate prior to the 2 minutes, stop, okay? And take note of it, and then drop the number of beats per minute, okay? Technically, for many of you, when you hit your maximum heart rate, you will not be able to follow the speed of the metronome. That's usually how it works, but it might not, okay? You might be in very good physical condition and it might not. So anyways, those are the guidelines, right? But ideally, in an ideal world, at the end of the 2 minutes, you should not be able to follow the rate of the metronome. Big caveat here, okay? I sent you up front a physical activity readiness questionnaire all those weeks ago when we started. Please make sure that you are fairly fit before you work to your maximum potential here, okay? If you're setting that metronome to a number of beats per minute that's going to have you gassed out and unable to keep up with those beats per minute at the end of 2 minutes, you need to make sure that your heart and the rest of your body can handle it. Remember, knee pain, back pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, elbow pain, ankle pain, not good, okay? The muscles are on fire and burning, that's good, you know? If your breathing is really, you know, labored and challenged and you're in good shape, that's good, right? That's all to the good. But the other kind of pain, not good. So, first exercise, I'm gonna drop down again to 80 beats per minute. I'm gonna demonstrate it. It is a squat to press. I'm going to use a kettlebell. You could have a bottle of water, you could have dumbbells, you could have a can, you could have a box of books, you could have a duffel bag of books, you could have a backpack, whatever you like, okay? So here it is. Squat, up, press, down. Listen to how I'm following the metronome. Just breathe as is natural. Okay? Weight on the heels, bend the knees and the hips at the same time. Keep that core tight, back straight, stay on the heels. If you can't do a full squat, do a half squat, right? If your shoulders hurt, then just do a delt raise, okay? To the side or to the front, or alternating. If that exercise doesn't work for you, here's your next alternative, okay? Good morning with a, this is a, I want to say reverse extension. It's not. It's a external rotation. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This might not work for some of you with your shoulders. That's okay. So from here, front raise, side raise. You can do it with or without weights. Front raise, okay? Or, if that doesn't work, not a problem. Watch. Right? Or go around the clock. Be holding on to something if you want. Okay? So there. Those are your options. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to pause the video here. Practice whichever exercise you think you want to do, okay? And then set the metronome to what you think will carry you through for 2 minutes. I'm not going to have the metronome running while we do this, okay? I will demonstrate the exercises for you periodically to remind you of what they are, but I can't keep the metronome running because it's going to confuse you because you've got your own metronome running. So remember, the app is called Metronome Beats, okay? Download that from either the, what is it, Apple? I don't know, I'm an Android guy. It's the Google Play Store or the Apple, you know, whatever the equivalent is. An Apple, I'm sorry, I don't speak Mac or Apple. I know, heresy, but it's just been what I got used to. Anyways, so download that, take your time to figure out, and message me, by the way, if you can't figure out how the app works, but it's pretty straightforward, you know. Set it to the number of beats per minute, and then you're ready to go. So when you figure that out, then start the video again and come back on, and we'll start the exercise, okay? Okay, all right, so I'm assuming that you've downloaded everything and you're ready to go, I'm going to set this, actually I'm going to set my trusty phone here for 2 minutes, and then we're going to go, and you're gonna do what you're comfortable with. If you can push yourself till you can't follow the metronome beat anymore, great. If you're not there yet, do what you're comfortable with, okay? And remember, sometimes we have the physical capacity, but we don't have the emotional and the mental capacity, right? We're just emotionally and mentally tired, and we don't want to push ourselves. You know, we're pushing ourselves to just get through the day, and we don't want to. That's fine, right? Go at your pace. Just do something. If you don't like this workout at all, go back and do last week's, or pick another one, you know? Feel free to do that, right? No rules here. Just keep yourself safe and be smart, okay? So here we go. Ready? Okay, grab your weights. We're going to do the squat to press. And we're starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so squatting to press. Remember, that's down, up, down, right? Going to your particular metronome count. It doesn't have to be a full squat. It can be a half squat with a shoulder press, half squat, side delt raise, half squat, front delt raise, half squat, side delt raise, right? Okay, so that's option number 1, and there's the other one I showed you, which is good morning, external rotation. Okay, or good morning, and the front or a side delt raise, whichever works for you, okay? Or with a 4 count, right? I'm going in a circle on one side here, or I can go around the clock, all right? Flexion, flexion, abduction, extension, extension, abduction, flexion, whatever works, you know. And oh, you can include your arms in that too. You could go, right? Or, right? Any one of these. Okay, we got about 35 seconds to go. So I'm just going to keep moving with you. Right? How are you feeling? Check in with your joints. Check in with your breathing. Where are you at? You feeling like you're at 7 or 8 out of 10 yet? You know, listen to your body, right? Are you able to still keep up with the metronome? Right? We're at like 20 seconds to go. It may be getting hard, and that's good. Right? But remember, make sure you have the physical fitness level to handle what you're pushing your body through, okay? Be smart. Okay? There we go. Okay, that's the first 2 minutes. Check in with me, folks. How you feeling? What's going on? Good, bad, otherwise? Let's take a 1.5 minute rest, okay? Get your breath back. And by the way, some of you may not be ready to go back in at a 1.5 minutes. Hit pause. That's the beauty about working out to video, right? You can hit pause and then pick it up when you're ready. Remember, and I've pleaded with you for this from the start, health and safety first, okay? Work at your own pace. You're only competing against you. And again, be checking in with yourself. Ask yourself, how do I like this metronome thing, right? I just did 1 set. What do I think? Is the jury still out, or did I really like that? You know? Some clients of mine really like it. They like the simplicity of it. There's only 2 workouts per routine. It's pretty straightforward. You don't have to remember all these different exercises. You don't have to be too creative. Most of my clients will say, though, they wouldn't want to do this forever because it can be pretty intense. So, you know, what I generally do when I program for my clients is I do 3 working weeks, and then the 4th week is a deload, okay? So that's why I've reserved the last 3 weeks of this challenge, which really is a 13-week, not a 12-week challenge, so let's call it what it is, for these types of workouts. And so you can be asking yourself the question now, what kind of workouts do I like and not like? What kind of exercises do I like and not like, right? And just be honest with yourself about that, because you want to choose exercises and workouts that you're going to do, that you're not going to kind of look at and go, oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, all right, let me reset the time, because we're just about to go into set number 2. So it'll be another 2 minutes. And here we go. So for those of you who want, let's do the squat to press. Okay? Full squats if you can. Remember to stay on those heels. Check in with yourself. How are your joints feeling? Okay? Those don't work, not a problem. Good mornings are always good standby. Okay. Good mornings with a delt raise. This is acceptable. Okay. Or let's do around the clock. Remember, keeping beat, making sure you're staying with the metronome. We're at about, I guess we're about 45 seconds into it right now. And if you find that you're not able to keep up the beat with the metronome, it's probably going too fast. So you want to slow it down. You know, I know many of you are like me. It's like full speed ahead. We're going to do this thing. We're going to kill this thing. But again, this is a whole new way of working out energy system training. It's going to take you the next 3 weeks to build your energy systems to be able to handle the speed of the metronome, right? And the goal is every week you're going to try and increase the number of metronome beats, usually by about 5 beats, right? And that's how you know that you've improved. That's another thing I love about this metronome training is that you know you've improved because you're going for 2 minutes. You got gassed when you did 2 minutes at 70 beats per minute, and then the next week you do 2 minutes, 75 or 80 beats per minute. Now you know that you're doing better, right? Sorry, my dog is probably a squirrel or something like that. Okay? Whatever you want, whatever pattern works for you, right? Side, side, flexion, extension, flexion, extension. Okay, all right. There, we are done. Set number 2 right there. Okay, I'm going to set another 1.5 minute rest here. So I can get rid of this, I'm not using it. So, check in with yourself again. How are you feeling? Do you need a longer rest? Do you need a shorter rest? What works? Hit pause if you need it, okay? Cool thing is, did I say this already? I can't remember. I meant to. I did in my head maybe. When you're done this week, when you're done day 2, it's week 10, right? So day 2, week 10 of this 13-week Fit in 20 workout challenge, you've done 3/4, okay? You're done 3/4. You're coming to the end. So you're gonna have an idea now what kind of training do you like. Do you like balance training? Do you like endurance training? Do you like stability training? Do you like posture training? Do you like training to tone your muscles, right? Do you like training for proprioception, figuring out where is my body in space and time, you know, and that also goes with balance and stability, right? Proprioception is an important part of that. But you're going to get a sense of what you like. One thing we haven't really been able to do is to do very serious strength training because I'm assuming that most of you don't have heavy weights. But you know, you guys may be at home loading up with heavy bags of books and heavy boxes of books and using really heavy things and going, you know what, I feel the need to lift heavier. You may like strength training, right? You know, you can always reach out to me offline and ask, and I can help you figure out what you like. Or you may be doing all this and you can be going, you know what, Mike, I don't like any of this. I like swimming, or I like walking, or, you know, I like whatever. As long as you're doing something, I'm down with it, okay? But for now, I'm glad that you're trying this to see what works for you. Here we go, last set, okay? Squat, press, squat, press, squat, press, or half squat, press, half squat, press, half squat, delt raise, half squat, delt raise, right? Whatever works. Good mornings. Follow that metronome, stay up with it. Round the clock. You'll notice I'm not holding on to anything here. This is a way of making it more difficult. You can always hold on to a chair when you do these things, right? And then to progress it, you just let go. And now, what am I doing? Doing some endurance training, because I got to do this for 2 minutes, but I'm also challenging balance and stability, right? How are you feeling? Joints. Please ask yourself, folks, how are my joints feeling, right? That's important. I'll go back to the squat to press. Listen to those joints. I see a lot of people in these workouts not being honest with themselves, saying, yeah, it's just a little bit of knee pain. I'm going to push through it. Hey, listen. Oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes knee pain is coming from bone rubbing on bone. I can promise you that when one bone rubs on another bone, it's not going to get better by continuing to cause the bone to rub on the bone, okay? You can choose an option that's neutral on the knees, right? Where you don't have to bend the knees. And if any of the options I've given you here don't work, that's fine. Reach out to me offline and we'll connect you with something that does work, okay? We're almost there. All right. Okay, good. That was the end of the first set. That's the squat pattern. So for the next 3 weeks, we're going to have 2 exercises in each workout. The first is going to be a squat pattern. Second is going to be a lunge pattern, okay? I'm going to show you your options for the lunge, okay? It's going to be lunge, twist, back, back. Lunge, twist, back, back. Let me show you that with the metronome, okay? I'm going to suggest that you slow the metronome down here, maybe 10 beats per minute from what you were doing the squat with, because, and that's if you can do the front lunge, you get stuck when you're stepping back. Everything else is fine until you have to step back to the beginning position. I'll show you what I mean, okay? Here we go. You step out, you twist, back, that's fine. Oh, this is hard, okay? Twist, back, hard to get back here quickly. And if the metronome's going too fast, you're not going to be able to do it. So, how do you step this one down? You do reverse lunges with a twist, okay? Until it starts. Easy to step up quickly. Okay? Now, do half lunges if those don't work. That's another adjustment, okay? So you want to keep doing a lunge pattern, but let's say you say to me, Mike, that lunging, actual lunging stuff doesn't work. Too unbalanced, too unstable in my hips, it's hurting my knees, whatever, not a problem. Give yourself a little stepper or a step in the house. And if you're going to do this option, then I'm going to say you can speed the metronome up, okay? We're just going to do step ups. Here we go. Each time I step down, I come back up with another, here, let me just stop that while I explain this. Okay, so my right foot comes up, right down. Left foot comes up, left down. Right up, right down. Left up, left down. Okay, so I'm alternating feet. If I want to, I can also go press, 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 press. Make sure you're alternating feet, right? This slows it down so that if the other one, if the step-ups are too challenging, that's not a problem, okay? You just involve the upper body. And of course, you can do delt raises as well if the shoulders hurt when you do that. Or you can do a twist, right? So step up, twist. Step up, twist. Step down, up, twist. Step down, up, twist. Step down, up, twist. Step down, up, twist, okay? A little more complicated, that one. I actually got the step wrong on one of them. You have to focus on stepping up with the opposite foot and twisting the opposite way each time. You really don't care which way you twist, just as long as you twist, okay? But pick one that works for you. And if those don't work, then no problem. Just go back to these ones, okay? Whatever works. Okay? Those are your options. All right. So, take some time. Choose the exercise you want to do. Choose your metronome beats. Okay? So you're going to want to pause this first, obviously. Do all that, and then come back, and we will start the workout. This is we're doing 3 sets. This is now the lunging pattern, okay? And step ups, by the way, walking up and down a set of stairs, or walking, this is all lunging, right? Bending down, picking stuff up, that's squatting. Sitting down in a chair, that's squatting. Walking is lunging. Ascending and descending stairs or hills, lunging. Okay, stepping up to do something, lunging. So I want to work both patterns if I can, and I'm trying to give you an exercise that works. By the way, just doing a hip flexion like this is a lunge pattern, okay? So pick whichever one works for you. Pause it, choose your metronome beats, come on back. Okay, so I'm going to slow my metronome down, like I said, because I'm going to do the forward lunges. They're a little more challenging. Okay, you should slow yours down too. And let's start the timer. Timer. Where's the timer? Here we go. Okay, ready? Get ready to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. Okay, so step out, twist, back, up. Step out, twist, back, up. A little slower if you have to. Twist, back, up, out, twist, back, up. That's one way of making it less intense. You can go only halfway down and slow. Makes it a little less intense. Halfway down, twist, back, up. Or step back, twist, back, step up. Step back, twist, step up. Okay? And then the steps. That's another option, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boring, you want to use your arms, not a problem. Press, down. Press. 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 Or side delt raise or front delt raise. And of course, you can do the twist, back, twist, back, twist, back, twist, back. And I'm trying to make sure that I alternate the feet that I'm stepping up with and the direction that I'm twisting in. A lot to remember when you're doing this one, but it makes it a little more interesting. Okay, we've got 30 seconds to go. So let's just finish strong. Okay. And remember, the ideal is that it's getting hard by now to keep up with the metronome. Okay? Almost there. There we go. Okay. All right, first break. Check in with me. How are you feeling? These are lunges, and I know that if people have joint problems, they tend to show up more on lunges than they do on squats, okay? So really check in. I know I'm joint pain bad, but I really want to check in with you. If you're experiencing joint pain on this, and if lunging isn't for you, then choose one of the other alternatives. Maybe even go back and just do another set of what we were doing in the first set, right? Chances are though, if joint pain is bothering you, doing a light step up like this where you don't have to lift your leg up much, where it's just like one stair riser on a set of stairs, or you have a stepper that you can graduate up and down, or you have a large stable ottoman that won't scoot away on you. Ottomans are iffy, right? You have to make sure it's really stable and not going to move. As long as it's not too high, it's probably not going to bother your knees, right? Just remember, when you're doing step-ups, use the weight of the foot that's on the stepper to step up with, okay? Try not to launch that much with the back foot, right? Really trying to engage the quads and the glutes on the leg that's on the stepper, okay? And check in with how you're feeling. Remember to watch that maximum heart rate. Ask yourself, do I feel like I'm working at 7 or 8 out of 10? Do I feel that I have the fitness level to push myself to the 2-minute mark when at about the 2-minute mark I'm not able to keep up with the metronome anymore? Be honest with yourself. Be safe. Be smart. This is the most important ethic that you really need to carry through this. I want you to be able to work out for a long time, okay? And I want you to be able to do it healthily. So, here we go, folks. This is the second to last set in week 10, day 1 of the 13-week Fit in 20 workout challenge. Here we go, starting in 3, 2, 1, and get to it, okay? Down, twist, back, up. Down, twist, back, up. Down, twist, back, up. Down, twist, back, up. Not a problem if you go half lunge, twist, back, up. Half lunge, twist, back, up. Step back, twist, back, up. Half lunge, back, twist, up. Okay, steps. Let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to use the weight of that foot that's on the stepper. 3, 4, right? So keep counting, I'm going to mess you up. Sorry if I am. Shut up. Just demonstrating here, okay? And a shoulder press. Shoulder press. Shoulder press. Shoulder press. Changing feet each time. Right? And then I can do the twisty one, the fancy one if I want to, but I'm not going to. Down, twist. Whatever works, keep it going. We got about, what do we got here? 40 seconds left to go. If you're feeling gassed and the muscles are feeling weak and shaky and exhausted and you're getting that burning feeling in them, that's all to the good. That's what this workout is for, right? Intensity, intensity. But again, remember, be smart. Work to your own level. Do the reverse lunge. Not a problem. Okay. Rest. Just rest. All right. That's it, folks. We're coming into the very last set. By now, you should be pretty tired. You should be pretty gassed. But be smart, right? You don't want to be in the place where you're feeling nauseated, you're feeling sick, you're feeling like you're going to be sick. You really don't, okay? And remember that video. I have a video with every one of my workouts that says what to do if you're feeling nauseated. Make sure that you lay down on your back, elevate your feet, tip your head over to the side. This is called the recovery position in CPR. It's meant to get the blood back to your head. Usually we get, not usually, but sometimes, oftentimes actually when you're working out, the nausea and the dizziness is because we vasodilated our lower body. Our blood has gone down there and we need to get it back up here, and that's a great way to do it. You tip your head to the side just in case you do vomit, right? It goes out to the side. You're not laying with your face pointing straight up where you can aspirate it, right? Because that is, there's quite a great risk there, okay? So you want to be careful. And I promise you, if you sit down and try and let it pass, it's going to take a long time, right? But you lay down, get your feet up, literally, in 99% of the cases, 2 to 3 minutes, and you're feeling a lot better, okay? So try it the easy way. Even though getting down on the ground may be a little bit of a struggle, try it that way, okay? And then when you get up after you're starting to feel better, wait until you feel significantly better and get up slowly. Do it a step at a time. Sit up first, and slowly sit in a chair, and then slowly go to standing, okay? All right, we're coming into the last set. If you need to pause this and rest longer, please do, okay? But if not, let's get her done, okay? Last one, folks. Step out, twist, back, and up. Out, twist, back, and up. Out, twist. I'm going to shut up so that you can work to your own metronome. Half lunges if necessary, not a problem. Still forward lunging. It may still be a little bit of a challenge, not a problem. Just do a back halfward lunge. These are easier. There's less weight transfer on these forward to back. Step ups, we need to. Make sure you change your feet, right? Launch from the top foot. foot that's up on the stepper or the step, whatever it is you're stepping on, make sure you're launching from there, okay? Shoulder press, shoulder press, shoulder press, shoulder press. Oop, I messed it up there. You might mess it up sometimes too, not a problem. And you know what? If you have to, right, don't be afraid to do these. These are fine, right? Especially the hip flexion. This is a lunging pattern, right? And good for balance if you're not holding on to anything. For balance on hip extension as well. Did I say hip extension here again? This is flexion. I keep saying the wrong thing. I know I'm thinking the right thing, okay? You can alternate. Circular pattern. We're almost there. Almost there. All right. There it is, folks. Okay. How'd you like it? Put the comments down below. Some of you are going to love it. Some of you aren't. I know I've given this to some clients and they're like, you know what? We did that for a week, 2 weeks. Can we not do that anymore? That's fine. Again, you're getting to know now what exercises you like, what kind of workouts you like. And all of the workouts that we've done here, you might not like a single one of them. As I've said, that's great. That's all to the good. That's telling you that ultimately, if you want to find something that's going to work for you long term, you should maybe be looking outside of what I do, right? And by the way, I do a lot more than this. This is just a basic introduction to the type of workouts that I do. But that being said, it might be that, like I said, swimming or walking or yoga or some form of cardio or buying a Peloton or a Nordic Track bike where they have that live virtual coaching class sort of thing going on. Great. Fantastic. So, anyways, comments, what you like, what you don't like. If you have any questions about this, okay, please, by all means, reach out to me offline. If the exercises don't work for you, I will find you one that works for a 4/4 time beat that does work for you, okay? So, love to hear from you, okay? Congratulations, you've done week 10, which means you are halfway through being 3/4 through, okay? After you've done week 10 day 1, you've done week 10 day 2, you're 3/4 of the way through. Good on you, okay? We will see you in a couple days in day 2.